This is my Hoya with a big long name that I cannot pronounce. But I just want to show her to you. When I got her a year ago, it was tiny. She didn't have so many tentacles, I like to call them. But now look at her. She lives under a grow light. This is not her spot. This is just my videoing spot because the light is great from this grow light. This is where she lives on another grow light. And what I want to say about her is that the way I water her is that I pour water, not from the top, I bottom feed her. So I pour water from there in the pot there that she lives in, this pot. Because look, she's in her same pot from the store, right, that I purchased her a year ago. She's in the same pot. I think she might be ready for transplant because I see little look at that, little of her roots coming out. So what I learned also is in terms of watering these plants, I see one person use a knitting needle. I use a moisture meter, but this one person used a plant grower, use a knitting needle, and he puts the knitting needle halfway into the pot. So I'm sharing this with you so you can try it at home too. He put the knitting needle halfway in the pot and he put his finger where halfway on a knitting needle and he pokes it in the side of the pot. Then he takes it out and he looks at the knitting needle and he said if there is any soil on the knitting needle, this plant do not need any water, because Hoyas like to dry out halfway down. So I understand what he's saying. So until it's halfway down, you won't have any dry, the soil won't stick to the needle. But the soil, if the soil sticks to the needle, that means that you don't need to water her. Wait a few more days before you water your plant. So that's a tip that I got that I will be using. Because of course I have my water meter, but my moisture meter. And look at her leaves. Beautiful. I don't know though about this leaf here because I think I touched her and now it dried off. But that's okay. We'll leave her and see what happened. And then this too. So you have to be very careful. Although I see where they grow after a while. Because she was like that. And now she has 7 leaves on her. So I think they're supposed to have 7 leaves eventually, right? Because look, there is a new leaf growing there on her. So yeah, I think after a while they put more leaves on. So here is this Missy here. And that's her. Hoya Crassipetiolate. Hoya Crassipetiolate. Correct me if I'm wrong.